Hello and welcome to another episode of the Confident Musician Show. I am your host, Brett Cusack, musician, mindset mentor. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to be more consistent with your music career and avoid procrastination. We're going to give you 5 tips in order to help you along your journey. And like with every one of these videos, we don't know what your specific challenge is. So listen to them, figure out what's going to work for you, and then go out there and implement it. And when something works for you, let us know in the comments so we can figure out how to make these videos even better. Alrighty, so tip number 1 is to have a purpose greater than all of the problems. And Steve Vai said in a video I watched recently is to focus on the big picture. And how I would get my clients to do that is to actually sit and connect with those initial moments in your childhood or teenage years where music started to make a real difference in your life. So for me, being in the music room and hearing the music of Deftones for the first time with my school friends in year 7 when I was about 12 or 13 years old, and I was like, wow, that is the coolest thing ever. And it just brought me to life and changed my whole life into this person that just practiced and played guitar flat out and learned all of the Deftones songs and Blink-182 songs, and then started writing my own material and things like that. And that really changed my life. And similarly with my mindset coaching and things like that, when I realized that I had some immense power inside me and that I was loved no matter what had happened to me or what hadn't happened to me, that really changed my life. So those things help me connect with the reasons why it is that I do what I do in music, but also as a mindset coach. So tip 1, have a purpose greater than all the problems. Tip 2 is to have tools to deal with your procrastination so you can be more consistent. So generally when I'm experiencing some procrastination, it's because I'm avoiding something that I'm afraid of. I watched an episode of Obi-Wan before and I was sitting on the couch, I was pretty chilled out and I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. What else is on? I'm like, actually, no, I'm going to come and create another video for the Confident Musician clients. And there was part of me that was like, oh, I don't really want to do that because of XYZ problem. And I was like, no, there's a reason why there. I'm going to go and I'm going to guide and inspire people. I'm going to educate them and I'm going to help them build their music careers. And that, connecting with that, really helped me avoid my procrastination. So in the course I'm going to share with you a little later on in this video, I've got a tool called Future Fears, which actually helps you identify what the challenge is. So for me, it might have been that no one's going to watch this video, or somebody's not going to like what it is that I say, or I'm not going to turn potential people into clients. So dealing with all those fears, I was like, no, I need to do this in order to find the clients. And no, I need to do this in order to figure out that this is not the way people need to be communicated to, or this is the way to communicate to people. So I can do those kind of things in my head now, but yeah, I've got a tool where you can actually answer a whole bunch of really high quality questions, help you change the way that you're thinking and feeling about the world so you can actually get and doing more of the things that are actually going to help you move the needle on your career. Tip 3 is to learn to say no to things that are not actually going to help you. So an example of that for me was when I was about 21, I was finishing my last year of my music performance degree, and I decided that I was going to take 6 months off drinking so that I had a clear head in order to do really well. And that was a big deal for me as a 21-year-old. That was a pretty binge drinking culture, and my friends were kind of like, hang on a minute, what's going on with this guy? And so I just drove everywhere. I didn't drink. I still went out and was still sociable. But on Sunday, I'd always have a clear head in order to get stuck into my practice and my studies. So learning to say no to things is a really important way to say yes to yourself. And that's a really important thing. If you want to do something with your life that's going to mean something to you in the future, so you're not at the end of your life going, I wish I did this, I wish I did that, then learning to say no to others and yes to yourself is an important part of that process. So I've not gone to family functions and people's birthdays because I've been staying home studying or writing songs or whatever it might be in order to help me move along the needle. And that fills up my cup so that when I do spend time with people, I'm actually more fun to be around. So learning to say no, really, really important. Tip 4 is to fall in love with the journey. So some of my original Mega Love songs on Spotify at the moment, the most played song on there is about just over 400 plays or 300 plays. And there's part of me that's like watching some of my peers that have got like tens of thousands of plays, and I'm like, oh, their songs must be better than mine. I was not that their songs are better than mine, that they've probably put more time and energy into the marketing. So I'm over here learning about human behavior and coaching people and doing all this deep inner work and helping people develop mental health toolkits and have better, higher quality relationships at home. And so my focus on my original music is there, but it's not anywhere near the level of some of my peers. And maybe my music isn't as socially, commercially viable. But that's cool. I just haven't found my audience yet. And so learning for me to fall in love with that journey is like, all right, cool. My plays aren't up that high. Why not? And just actually learning to be less cool and actually have more fun with the process. And this is my journey and this is the way that it is. And I can complain about where I'm at with my career, but that's not going to help me move forward. It's just going to make me feel frustrated. So this is where I'm at, and just learning to be with that and to embrace that process. Tip 5 is to get a coach to help you along your journey, to guide and inspire you. Someone that's done it or is doing it, that is further along their journey than you are, so that you can help understand maybe some of the problems behind the problems that you might be facing. So to help you understand some of those problems behind the problems, I created a brand new course and training called Confidence and Happiness Secrets for Musicians. And you can get it on the link below for $7 US. So it's about $10 Australian if you're in the land of Oz. And I would 100% recommend getting the Future Fears toolkit, which would come as part of that first level. But I also recommend getting Confidence and Happiness Fundamentals, which basically goes into the building blocks of how to understand yourself and your own inner world in order to help understand you to move in the direction you want to go in, or change the direction you're going in to be more aligned with who you actually are. So you can get that on the link below. Alrighty, so just to recap, our 5 tips for how to be more consistent with your music and avoid being procrastination and being frustrated at yourself because you're not actually doing it, is to have that purpose greater than all of the problems. Really connect with your why. And if you don't know how to do that yet, or you don't have a mission statement or something like that, ask me and I can help. I'm pretty sure that's in the Confidence and Happiness Secrets for Musicians Fundamentals. There's a whole toolkit to help you understand what your mission and purpose is, so you can actually connect with that. Tip 2 is having tools to dealing with procrastination. Once again, I've got some tools in the training below, so grab a copy of that. There's one in there called Future Fears to actually help you identify what it is that's actually helping you stall. And sometimes it's also that you're trying to do something too big, too quick. So learning how to chunk something down. So there's some info in there on that as well. Tip 3 is to learn to say no to things that don't inspire you and aren't aligned with where you're actually going. So you can do less of the things that actually aren't helping you and more of the things that are helping you. So, the where we are in our life at the moment is what we know, and that's our brain's primary purpose is to keep us safe and conserve calories. So when there's something new that we don't know how to do yet, our brain is kind of like, let's go sit on the couch with some pizza and a beer. And it sings to you like that as well. And who's been there? Me included. So yeah, learning how to say no to things and then develop that tough skin and that consistency so that you can have a bit more courage towards the direction you want to go. Tip 4 is to fall in love with the journey. Life can't be any other way than what it actually is, because it isn't. And so learning to embrace where you're at and fall in love with your journey and stop comparing yourself to everybody else is such an important part of the process. So less cool, more fun. And the reason why I say less cool, more fun is because I was surfing and I wanted to have a short board and look really cool out there, and I've been learning to surf. I was right into it probably a year ago. And I wanted to have the short board and I wanted to look really cool and go on all the big waves, but realistically, I'm that guy that's on the big foam surfboard, trying not to run into people. And that for me is fun. And so I had to let go of this whole idea of being the cool guy and actually just have fun and enjoy the process with where I'm at with my music career. So I hope that one helps. And tip 5 is to get a coach or mentor, somebody that's done what it is that you're trying to do, so they can guide and inspire you along the journey. And if there's some opportunity as well to be in a community or a network of people that are your peers as well, that are also learning and growing, that would be really advisable as well. So you can get access to my latest training, Confidence and Happiness Secrets, on the link below. Until next time, have a great day. Let us know in the comments what you found useful or valuable, or flick it across to somebody that you think might need some help being consistent. Until next time, have a good one, and I will see you on the next one. Make music, make a difference.